Hi everyone, welcome to Embody Your True Essence with me, Ikue. It's a Thursday, February 13th in Japan, but I know in North America it's February 12th and Wednesday. Difference is definitely crazy, but I am here. How are you guys feeling today on this? We just have full moon, so we're definitely feeling the effect of the full moon, and I hope you guys doing well, or maybe you didn't sleep well. That's that's also the full moon vibe. So anybody feeling tired, let's check. Let's adjust the microphone. Anybody feeling tired, or maybe you woke up really early in the middle of the night and that's yeah, just got your period. You're aligning with the moon. Yeah, definitely. I feel that. Yeah, definitely lots of things are moving because when the water is affected by the moon and all the astral energies, like we're just like being, influenced by it, right? And we have power to choose. Like, do you want to be positively influenced by it or negatively influenced by it? And the power is within us. And that's what I like to think. It's been halfway, midpoint. I passed the midpoint staying in Japan. And yeah, it's like I'm doing maneuvers today. We're not necessarily doing maneuvers, but we can definitely ground ourselves and do a couple of maneuvers. But at first, I'd like to share that about water. In my hometown or even in Tokyo, when I just lay over and visit in Tokyo. Actually, I am traveling to Tokyo tomorrow with my family because my brother is in Tokyo and he's getting married. That's why I'm here. But the water, I think the level of chlorine and arsenic are really, really high. I noticed, like compared to the water in Vancouver, Canada. And but I definitely feel a little softer. So I would say the water in Miyazaki, that's where I'm from, where it's actually famous for Wagyu. You guys love Wagyu. It's a very high quality, quality meat, but it's a farmland. It's so many, so much nature. Everything is green, and it's the people are super friendly and nice, and that's the nature. And I feel like the water is softer than Canada, like the Vancouver. And it kind of, Vancouver downtown. Normally, if you go up north, is the water is harder, right? But I noticed that I know the water in Vancouver is soft, but compared to where I am right now, it's a lot softer. Yeah, skin is glowing more on your hometown. Thank you. I'm definitely being fit better. So I'm feeling a little chubby. I was just at the 28-day life reset meetup with the Human Garage team. And, this is their last call for this 28-day life reset for this round. And they were talking about, take your before after photo. And I do that for my record, but I noticed that it's definitely feeling a little chubbier. My face is puffy. It's also it's so interesting. Yeah, so just finished talking about the water. Water is softer, but smells like more sanitized because I think it's the level of chlorine that the water in Japan has is the level is a little higher. And yeah, like chlorine and arsenic, and it just it's so weird. Like the water is softer, but it smells like a hospital almost. I smell it, but also it's kind of like I know that I know the water has more arsenic because it dries my skin. So when I take a shower, I wish I had the shower filter, but when I have that shower, definitely I feel it in my skin that it's have this like a little dryness. And I think it's that due to arsenic in the water. So that's very, very interesting. Yeah, let me fix that. Microphone. I'm making sure that everybody can hear. So today is a full moon in Leo, And a lot of planets are showing the zodiac sign that I have. I have Libra, lots of Libra, because it's like 26 Leo. Is it? No, it's something about, no, 24, sorry, 24, 24, step 24 Aquarius today, and on this full moon in Leo. And it has a Libra energy, relationships and balance, all of that's coming up to surface. And yeah, but all you have to do is to stay loving to yourself. And at the end of it, I think the truth is always simple. It's just coming back to yourself and loving yourself. And regardless of what you're going through, or regardless your body is going through, just connect with that, right? Dive deeper into, like, thank you, body. I've seen, I help my parents a little bit, working with Fascia. Very interesting. Our attention patterns is very similar. And the funny thing is, I worked on my mom last night. She asked me, normally I would just go into her and I start to touch her. But yesterday was, she actually asked me to help her. And I worked on her, hips and belly buttons and mid area. But, oh, I just saw a spider came down from the ceiling. That's funny. I'm not afraid of a spider, but that was funny. I'll tell my parents. Anyway, so I was working on my mom, and I worked on her legs and her ankle area, and she has a scar from cutting her Achilles tendon, like she said, like over 50 years ago, because when she cut that tendon when she was young, and that's the left side, left ankle, left Achilles tendon, and that's the feminine side. And the ankles are the gateway to Pisces energy, which is a spiritual energy. And if it gets blocked with their emotions of guilt and stuff like that. So I know that in our family line, but also in general, maybe country, humility is a thing, right? Like, it's like we don't really admit how great we are, which is a good thing. we just consider a good thing. So we're not snobby. The Japanese people are never snobby and very humble, and humility is a sign of beauty, sign of respect, all of that. But also behind all of that, there's a sense of not feeling good enough. So it's like, it's affirming yourself, like affirming your self confidence, and I can see spider walking. Maybe there's some sign here. Maybe it's a good sign. And, and anyways, so sense of belonging, sense of having a good self-esteem. Those things are probably, especially as a woman, if you're not feeling comfortable with your own skin and constantly judging yourself for your actions or not feeling good enough, right? However hard, however much work you put into. So I felt that in my, when I was working on my mom. So I was working on the scar tissue of her, the ankle. This scar happened like 50 years ago. She was like, oh, that feels so good, blah, blah, blah. And it was so amazing things happen afterwards. Like, they went, my parents went to bed, and I was just like, preparing to go to bed. And I was noticing, I was like, moving my own fascia. And it's like, the room seems a lot warmer than normal, usual. And my feet are warmer. And it's like, maybe because I worked on my mom, and because I release her tension, hence I release my own tension, because we're all connected. So that was very interesting to know. Yeah, like how tension patterns are very similar, and even though we have a different astrology, but our families are all connected, right? And Japanese people love to worry. It's like a constant worry. And we're leaving for Tokyo tomorrow, and my parents are worried, making sure everything is right. And it's just so excessive to the point that it stops me. It's like, wow, like this is where I'm from. And I no wonder I overthink everything in my entire life. And I, maybe I had this programming. If I worry enough, things will work out well, if that makes sense. So that leads to perfectionism and being perfectionist and trying to make it right. But that's it. That's also to do with that emotion that can be stored in our pancreas, large intestine, small intestines, which is finding a belly button and slide your fingers 2 inches to the left, 2 inches down, and that's where we store that type of energy. You know, the affirmation can be, I no longer need to overthink to get it right. So yeah, it's interesting how everything is. I just noticed spiders is coming here. Okay, maybe there's a sign. So yeah, everything is just, you know, there for me to see so I can learn something from it. So that's very, very interesting. So I'm really appreciate this moment of learning, you know, seeing the contrast, because I haven't been here. Last time I was here was 1 year and 3 months ago. And yeah, I am definitely less judgmental about everything. Spider is definitely coming here. No, don't go there. I just have to create the barricade. So funny. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's ground ourselves. Let's rub our hands. Thank you guys for being here. I mean, you know, I normally go on the live 9 a.m. PST, but this seems to be that better time for me while I'm in Japan. But I'll be, as usual, I'm posting a recording, and I do this for myself to collect my thoughts and ground myself. And I really wanted to go online because we just had this powerful full moon, and it's very important to feel that vibe and share that learning, and so that I can set the powerful intention, because everything is there for me to learn so I can be the best version of myself, and just loving myself and accepting myself for exactly where I am. And that's the vibe. Okay, so feel the energy. Let's take a deep breath. Take your right hand on your heart, left hand on the top of your head. I normally do this in the end of the live, but I feel like we could do this today, right now, at this second. Energy go through your heart and a brain, a heart and a brain. So breathe your mouth. 2, 3. Your nose. 2, 3. Repeat after me. Hello, brain. Hello, mind. Hello, ego. Hello, body. Thank you for moving with my intention. Appreciate all your work. Please continue to work smart and efficiently and with more joy. And it's safe for you to relax more, because heart is in charge. My heart is in charge. Hello, heart. You are in charge. I'm following you. I trust you. I'm always in line with you. I love myself. I am lovable. I accept myself. I accept all parts of myself. I am safe. I am protected. I am secure. I trust. I receive. I am enough. I am good enough to accomplish anything. I am worthy. I am worthy of receiving the best version of my body, my ego, my mind, my brain, my body, and everyone I interact with. I am that worthy. I'm so worthy. And I'm able to hold on to this positive vibe throughout the day. It's safe for me to let go and trust. It's easy for me to let go and trust. I know that everything is going to work out in my favor. This is my life, and life loves me. I am abundant. It's so easy and safe for me to create abundance, doing things that I love. My body moves with me easily and effortlessly with my intention. Today is a good day. I am at ease because there's nothing to worry about. Everything's going to work out. Everything I desire is aligned with my soul's mission. I find joy. I am joyful. I'm courageous. I'm confident. You guys can add anything you want. Breathe your mouth. 2, 3. Your nose. 2, 3. Feel your body. You're feeling better with your own energy, appreciating yourself more by accepting yourself for exactly who you are, because you're fabulous, you're amazing, you're safe, you are the chosen one. Okay, just integrate that. I notice when I'm calmed down, the breath, like I don't do like a particular breath work, but I notice that when I'm in a calm state, every breath I take is so yummy. If you do that with intention. So yeah, we're blessed, right? If you're able to really appreciate everything that surrounds us, and then you notice that like little things like that is a blessing. You know, when I was young, I hated the fact that I grew up in like, you know, in a small town. There's nothing but lots of farms, lots of nature, but not much entertainment, right? And I always like dreaming of living in a big city, becoming a city girl and have all this cool stuff. And just like, you know, hit very differently this time. Last time I was here, I was still very judgmental, and is to my, you know, parents eating food that are not so good. Like they eat healthy, but you know, it's just a fact that, you know, there's a, you know, mentality of it. People do not eat organic food. So it doesn't matter what kind of nutritious food you're taking, is still eating a lot of chemicals. And those chemicals are tightening our fascia, and that's the truth. And so I try to educate my parents and, you know, try to move their fascia. And then, you know, I try to inspire them. Let's move fascia together. But this time it's different. I'm not forcing them. I'm just leading by example, living by example. And I move my own fascia, and you know, I help them, I stretch their fascia if they want to, but I'm not forcing them. I'm not, you know, just because I think healing needs to come from within, and people have their own timing, and we can't force but to surrender. And so surrendering part is a huge it's huge for me. So I see a lot of growth in me in that, so I'm very happy about it. Now I'm going to read what Seers Joy have to say on this powerful day. Today is a creative rest and receiving day. Step 24 is a ruling step number, which adds to net 6, I receive. This is the Libra energy. This throat chakra energy is a part of you that either opens or closes off from both outside and inner energy. On a step 6 day, the energetic conscious valve is defaulted to an open state, which allows your feelings and energy to flow naturally through your being. As the day begins, you may feel a lot more feelings inside than normally due to the open state of affairs. Yeah, so that's a Libra type of energy. Libra love people. Deeper feelings from the past, such as fear and or worry, can prevent themselves unexpectedly. You will find the slower your pace, the more feelings come forward. Take some time to smooth out these feelings by identifying them, forgiving them, and releasing them back to the universe. Once excess feelings have been released, your energy is in the mode to read and receive deeper feelings about your life and the future. This is a magical moment to consider in your heart the options that are right for you. Yeah, so when you calm down, the right answer comes up. Think about the different directions your life could take going forward. The ideas that bring a sense of peace, harmony, love, or at minimum, no resistance are the concept your heart is agreeing with. If you meditate on an option and feel worry, stress, fear, or anxiety, your heart is telling you there is resistance in the rest of your soul to that idea. I want to read this. If you meditate on the option and feel worry, stress, fear, or anxiety, your heart is telling you there is resistance in the rest of your soul to that idea. You will notice that every time your mind returns to a wrong idea, that same feeling of stress or worry will come up. But also very tricky because if you are part of something that is so growing such a rapid speed, you get triggered. And so every time you read, like, half of you like agree and is so excited, half of you is so nervous. But that's when you need to look inside, like, what is this that triggering me? What do I need to work on, right? So next 6 days also open you to a world of creativity and new possibilities. You may spend this step creating the future you seek rather than weighing options. I like that. You may spend this step creating the future you seek. The concept you come up with during this period will be particularly brilliant or promising. In each of you, feel into your future, determine which ideas lights up the heart and which brings a feeling of resistance. Your heart and feelings are exploring options you have with romantic love, your children, or something beautiful you intend to create. It's important your heart choose her favorite direction as long as the choice brings no feeling of resistance inside. Yeah, we're all learning to listen to our heart. Let your inner child and creative spirit make an investment into a long-term relationship, strategic alliance, or into your path for self-mastery. Creative play will open the hearts of all those involved and bring innovation to the plan. Use your feelings to navigate. Today's goal is to balance inner self. Open the heart to explore all your options, find and alleviate resistance. Step 24 days are excellent for processing relationships. I love that. With a willing partner, you can come to fair terms or resolution to difficult problems. As long as both parties approach the issues with an open mind and heart, the net 6 energy will gently guide you through the obstacles to harmonic solutions. Lead with the heart for best results. Enjoy the vibe and the flow of creation in action. I am just thinking as I'm reading this, when I so I've taught some fascia maneuvers in Japanese, which was so super exciting, and response was really positive. And I am so proud of myself of getting better at switching languages. Like, I'm so used to teaching fascia maneuvers in English, but I had to do that in Japanese, and it's kind of like I have to translate. And I feel like I'm able to do that more naturally than ever before because I worked on my self-confidence. So when I'm in doubt, when I'm in this bad loop and things get worse and worse, right? It's like, oh, I can't speak, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no, I got this and I know exactly what to do. And even when I don't feel perfect, all is well, right? All is well. I'm in the process of becoming something and I don't need to condemn myself. I don't need to put myself down anymore. So that all this inner work is really helping me do stuff that I never thought of doing. Anyways, So I was teaching, when I communicate with my parents or teaching fashion maneuvers to people that I've never met, like Japanese people. And one thing, like, this couple of affirmations that I normally do in English, it's, if you translate that into Japanese, is really funny and a little bit, I wouldn't say inappropriate, but it's just weird because people don't use those languages, even though I use this direct translations of the word. So I had to kind of tweak it, and it's maybe in a way that is hit them, right? Like the way the language works. And I noticed that in the end is, the word release in Japanese is more, it's, I can't really say release in Japanese because we don't really have that word. So we actually say release, release. So in a Japanese accent, right? But I, I started to use more of let it, let God take care of you. Let God take care of you. Let the universe, or let this, like, we don't really use the word kami, like God means kami-sama in Japanese, but unless you are super religious, you don't really use that word. But I know on the bottom line, all Japanese believe in something great, that's the higher self. But instead of using the word, you just say surrender, let it go, let God take care of you. But that's a direct translation, but I don't use the word God in that when I say it in Japanese. And I just feel like we worry so much because we don't trust God. And for people in Japan, people go to shrines and temples and then we pray. And in that moment, maybe we're not connected to all this spirituality in daily life and worry so much, even though when they go to shrine and they pray. So there's a switch in that boundaries issues. If Japanese people are able to trust that God is everywhere, even though they know it, but it's just they forget. They worry. They worry so much because they're not letting God take care of that situation. So, and then try to control. If you're in fear, you try to control everything, like the response from other people, like trying to manipulate and try to do all of that. And I feel like that is a lot more noticeable what I see from my parents and the people, the culture, customs here. It's just the whole entire society, surprisingly, I mean, not surprisingly, but in terms of the dynasty and the country itself, Japan is the oldest country in the whole world, and that's just the truth. And is the civilization, if you set the count tribes and all that, is Japan is not the oldest, but the country itself, the dynasty that continues, is the oldest, and 2685 years old, which is super long. But because this country it's continued, like it's a country continues because there are people that supporting it. And so there's a culture that support this structure, and that is makes the country strong. And in general, I feel this, the conformity in that group oriented society is just so ingrained in the culture that worry about people, making sure that you're not the annoyance of other people, making sure that you're not the one to disturb this harmony, the conformity of people. That pressure is huge and huge, but no one thinks that they can get away from it, right? So there's a good and bad to that. There's a lot of beauty, there's a lot of ugliness to that, but I felt that strength of the country, that people worry and people try to do something and always look for somewhere they can find kaizen improvement. However, there is, out of all that, like underneath all that, there is that strong foundation of things that people have. People do not give up. Giving up is not an option. Like as a country, as a as a culture, it's like okay, there are problems, there are here and there, and I'm not perfect, and everyone's depressed, and everyone's kind of sick because all the chemicals and the emotion that they carry. And but it's like they were seeking for answers, and they were seeking, and they never give up, and they ask for help, and people help. So very interesting just to see that contrast from outside. But also I can see that because of the food that they eat, like people are inflamed. People are not fat. People are inflamed, and I can see that in my face too. A little bit puffy. So that's very interesting. Now, hi, for this powerful full moon day that we're finding this synchronicity coming back to our heart and look for signs, all of that. 3 cards popped up, so I'd like to read. So Libra is about the balance, but it's also very creative. So this card popped up. Be bold, don't be afraid of stand out. You were meant to shine, so be bold and just put on the damn lipstick. Freedom lies in being bold, and boldness requires courage. Yeah, boldness requires courage. Being bold can be as simple as wearing a new shade of lipstick and trying a new hairstyle to quitting your stressful 9 to 5 and backpacking around the world for a few months. Each time you take courageous action, you build confidence to continue to express your most authentic self without giving a shit about others' opinions. If you pull this card, it's time for you to stop hiding your light and stand out from the crowd. You will never change the world if you're just like everybody else. The more you accept your unique sparkle magic and have the courage to be who you really are, the more you inspire others around you to do the same. Be bold enough to speak your truth, brave enough to trust your heart, and strong enough to live the life you have always imagined. You are meant to shine, so don't be afraid to stand up. Shine, shine, shine. I take fearless, bold action and allow my light to shine. That's a beautiful card. The next card is get creative and excite your imagination with wonder. That's also a Libra energy. Stop saying you're bored and let your imagination go wild with wonder. Creativity in short, and turning your ideas into reality by using your imagination to put things together in a way that has never been done before. The word art is written in the word earth. So it seems obvious tapping into our creative side contributes to our soul's growth and purpose on this planet. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Curiosity is a cure for boredom. So when you pull this card, unleash your creativity by redecorating, cooking, coloring, singing, dancing, capturing photos, writing, or whatever way you feel called to express yourself. The problem isn't that you don't have any ideas. It's like you haven't created the space to give them life and bring them into the world. Time and patience required. Yeah, that's definitely a Libra energy. Doubt stop us from turning our dreams into reality. Spend time daily in doing something that excites your imagination to stay in flow. What creative project can you get lost in today? Set aside time and space to create instead of waiting for inspiration to strike. Remember, be prepared to make mistakes and don't criticize your creation. Learn from the mistake and try again. Excite my imagination with ponder and allow myself to get creative. Yes. The last one, 3 cards popped out, and here comes. Look for the signs and synchronicities. What's meant for you won't miss you. So look for the signs. Isn't it? Okay. The life is magic at its finest. Oftentimes, our spiritual journey of self-discovery can be confusing and even intimidating when venturing into the unknown. Our spirit guides send us signs and synchronicities to catch our attention and remind us we're exactly where we are meant to be. Now, meaningful coincidence, that's a synchronicity, where two or more signs that occurred randomly were also connected by meaning, not by cause. Do you ever see repeated numbers like 1111, 222, 444, 777? These repeating angel numbers show up when you guides are trying to get your attention. Each number has its own special meaning, like keep your thought positive when you see 1111. Animals in nature often show up with a deep significance and spiritual meaning. So, that being said, if you guys are here from the very beginning, there was a spider coming out of the ceiling, and I just want to they were just crawling and coming towards me, so I had to create this little barricade. Anyways, I just want to quickly goes the spider spiritual meaning to finish, because if you guys are here, you are meant to also listen to this message. So spider spiritual message. Okay. In spirituality, so AI says, Google AI says, in spirituality, spider often symbolizes creativity. Oh, another creativity, interconnectedness, and the power of creation due to its ability to weave intricate webs, represent that delicate balance and intricate nature of life. It can also signify transformation, patience, and ability to manifest your desires by weaving your own destiny. That's so beautiful, weaving your own destiny by creating, follow your bliss, right? Creation and weaving, feminine energy, patience and perseverance, intuition and inner wisdom, transformation and change. I love that. Yeah. There is also a negative sign to it, but I'm not going to read that. So that's the vibe. Wow. Creating. Libra is about creating energy and creativity. All the signs that's showing us is basically be bold and embrace your uniqueness. And okay, sorry, you embrace your weakness. Embrace your weakness. Yes, embrace all parts of yourself. And yes, and imagination, use your imagination and look for the signs. So that's definitely the vibe. And come back to your heart. And this I do on my journey too. If you have something that you've been wanted to do, and if you hesitate or you doubt yourself, like you wanted to, I often edit videos and try to create content, and sometimes after I post it or before I post it, I wouldn't say I see the flaws, or I try to be creative and do this all that, but there's always something to improve. But I just stop criticizing myself and I just post it. And because if I try to be perfect, I would never able to put up anything out in the public. And I'm always in the process of becoming, and I make peace with that part of myself. And I have many parts of myself that I am unapologetically okay with it. And I am, because I'm doing all the work, inner work, and being more comfortable with myself and showing all parts of myself. I can be fierce, I can be funny, I can be woo and spiritual. That's all part of me. So that's the energy, everyone. Hope you having a great full moon. Happy full moon in Leo, with all this inner child coming up, to have fun, get creative, and create something to weave your own destiny. What is your destiny? What is your soul mission? And when you do something that aligns with your soul purpose, you just have this strong urge or knowingness that you're on the right track. And maybe or maybe not, maybe you have part of you that doubt, or you get triggered by picking that direction, but here comes a discernment. Maybe you are triggered because this is exactly you need to work on, or you've been triggered because this is not the path that you take. So play with the ideas, and each path, every path will lead you to where you want to go, right? Set the intention. All is well. Everything's going to be beautiful. Everything is working out in your favor in the end. So trust the process, surrender more, let it flow, let it go, and let it come to you. So that's my favorite phrase. Let it go, let it flow, and let it come to you. And fascia is water. It's all about the fluidity. What do you think in every moment? Every moment. Life is about scene by scene, like the moment by moment. What are you choosing? Are you choosing love? Are you choosing fear? Or are you choosing trust, right? Or are you choosing the doubt, right? To weigh in. And it's all about the balance. And that's also the Libra energy that we're in 24 Aquarius. So let's continue to innovate, because Aquarius is all about innovation, and also expansion, because in order for us to create, expand, we got to do something. We got to think differently. And that's exactly the energy we're in. So combined with the Aquarius innovation energy, we're in this Libra where we are creating something new to weave our own destiny. So hope that helps. Thank you for reading the spider. Yes, spider came out for us. But I know it's a good meaning and weaving, right? All this creation and trust. So thank you guys for being here. And I may not be able to go on live, but try to hop on when words comes up and I wanted to share. But thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you, each one of you. I'm sending you so much love. And I'm posting this recording. Thank you, thank you. And I'll see you soon. Happy full moon.